You can see the MCU version is from December 8th. This is the latest firmware version update that they have now. It's currently New Year's Eve. Someone had asked about the backlight display. You can set the brightness for nighttime. It does change the brightness, but depending on the application you're running, it might not work exactly with it. Like, for instance, I use Waze as my GPS, and it knows based on time of day whether it should be in day or night mode. It doesn't pay attention to whether I put the lights on or off. So let me see if I move this all the way down to 0. So this is the lights are on. They're off. I don't even know if you can see the difference there, but it does dim the lighting. Someone had asked if I was able to use the stock USB and auxiliary port locations, and as you can see, I've got a USB drive plugged into there now. Here is the auxiliary jack. This is in a 2013 FRS. One other thing about the stock location of the USB port. Just take this out and notice that it clicks back. It's all nice in place. I did that by removing the actual USB and audio auxiliary module that's there, and then the USB cable that's on the back of the unit is in place, and an extension audio cable, 3.5mm phone jack. Those are sort of hot glued into the back of the thing. Should I ever need to just click the other piece in, it's going to be a little messy with removing the glue, but hot glue. But other than that, it's reversible. To see this in action, the video player. There we go. Here's some Final Fantasy VII Advent Children. It's got where you can move the video around. Kind of. 逃げないで一緒に戦わない？みんなで助け合って頑張ろうよ。本当の家族じゃないから。You can also make it full screen again. So it's playing from the USB. I don't know if you saw, but it's USB 1. Okay. Here's the music player. This is playing off the internal SD. By the way, the left one is SD1, the right is SD2. The previous ones used to say GPS and SD. Now it just says SD1 and SD2. Another thing that people had asked, or that JOYING specifically asked if I was able to do, is to show Netflix working. So let's check out Netflix. I could go to my list or whatever, but here we go. I'll just play the beginning of whatever this thing is that they're promoting. And any of the speed on here is going to be probably due to my network connection, but this is, I think it's maybe a Netflix exclusive anime or something. But yeah, this is Netflix. Let me see. I can. Here's Kung Fury. This was I believe a Kickstarter thing. It's very 80s. Kind of over-the-top kung fu movie. But, I mean, this is basically just showing this is just showing that the Netflix does in fact work. Go back out of that. There's a backlight control here, which you can set it to time control. If you set that, then it doesn't activate whether it's in day or night mode by you turning on the headlights. It's based on time of day. I prefer it being on the headlights, so that's why I leave it that way. Someone asked about where do you set the color of the lights. It only shows up when you turn on the lights, or when it would be there. That's something new, I believe. Come on, focus. Anyway, your only options are these colors. I chose white just because the other ones look kind of weird with the rest of my display. Anyway, that's where it is, but you have to turn your lights on to be able to see it. Turning the lights off, it goes away. It's the first one starting after the on-off. This unit comes with a DVR also, which is this here. That's it's currently recording, or it's always recording when the thing's on. I have it mounted kind of up here by the rear view mirror. You can sort of see that. So basically then from my view, you don't see anything, which is kind of what I wanted. I just wanted it to be out of the way. Like, I don't like to didn't want it mounted on the actual dash. So let's go to playback, various ones. Here's just some driving. This is basically just the video quality of DVR. It does record sound, which I guess is good. I don't know. Anyway, that's the DVR. In front of the car now. You just tap the screen. You can take a picture, lock some of them. These are the options. So for settings, you have just auto, smooth, or HD. I just defaulted it to auto. And I don't know why this side is called like. I guess maybe they mean preferences. Mirror will kind of, if it was a reverse camera or something, flip would be if you mounted it with the sticky part down instead of up, how I have it mounted. And wide dynamic range kind of makes it look nicer, but it probably takes up a lot more. It might take up more storage, I don't know. Anyway, I didn't have that turned on. This starts up and runs every time you turn the car on. When you shut the car off and take the key out, you'll notice that the light still keeps flashing. I think it's on and it records for about another 20 seconds. When I first tested this, I thought that it was somehow broken and didn't shut off, but luckily that is not the case, so don't freak out like I did. The other thing I wanted to show was the OBD2. Here I have a Kiwi 3, which is not supposed to be supported. I have their official OBD2. You're supposed to pair it with going to the Bluetooth settings and going to link, and then you search for it when you plug it in and then connect, and it's supposed to put the password of 1234. I've tried that. I've set this to 1234 in the past, and then basically it wouldn't connect to my phone for some reason. Bluetooth on this is not the greatest. I'll experiment a little bit more with it, but let's try to. This is basically another trick that someone had mentioned. Okay, the Kiwi is plugged in, and for whatever reason the Kiwi 3 is called Kiwi 2D. I'm attempting to pair with it. This is more of the standard Bluetooth Android screen that you're used to seeing on your phone. I got this by adding a settings widget, and then I chose Bluetooth. When I added that to the screen, that allowed me to bring up this Bluetooth. It did not pair. And here is this pairing. We're going to try to pair. This is the normal pair screen. It did not pair it either. Alright, so that's with the Kiwi 3. Obviously it didn't work, but it's not supported. Let me try to put in the JOYING unit. Okay, the JOYING unit is now in, and I'm scanning This should find it. However, it didn't. I'm just going to put delete the kiwi from that. Let's see if we can pair the JOYING one. Okay, it's refreshing the list. Okay, so it came up as this random iPhone. I don't know if someone's walking around me with an iPhone right now. Anyway, as you can see, it just doesn't work. I'm going to keep trying some other stuff. One thing I will point out is that JOYING support has been very helpful with all of this. They usually get back to you within a day. It'd be nice if this, the OBD2 would work. However, it's not like a major concern of mine. If I do want to pull data or something else like that, I can always hook up a laptop and use that for tuning or something else. Otherwise, it's not like I don't need to have gauges on the screen for it. Here's a few things that I don't really like that much about it, or things I found a workaround. This thing up here, this little dot, brings up, your back, goes to settings, home screen, your apps. It's a really nice, quick menu. The problem is, it defaults to right up here in this corner, and a lot of apps have controls there. So what I did is I moved it to right about there, which there aren't any other apps that use that location. So that's worked pretty well for me. Another thing, as I mentioned, the DVR camera, it'll stay on for about 20 seconds or more, and then it shuts itself off. I've seen this happen with the unit itself so far 3 times, where I've turned the car off, see, it just went black there, it's off. I've had it before where I've turned the car off, pulled the key out, and it's still running, doing its thing. And that lasts about 20 seconds. It was, a little frightening at first. I wasn't sure if it was actually going to shut off, or, there's no physical power button, really. It's, it's got power all the time, because it's, it's wired in like a regular radio. I was not able to find a place to set like the source button. Instead of it cycling through the different audio sources or video sources, I'd like to just be a track next button. This does not have a track next, and if I'm listening to my music or Pandora or something else, it'd be really nice to be able to just next, skip past it without having to stop Waze or go back to here, go to the music app, or if it's playing, I could be here, I could track next, but it'd be nice if I could put this button right here. Speaking of the music app, it would be nice if I could set Pandora as the main music app. Currently that's not doable, but it would be nice to say, Pandora is the radio app that I want to launch all the time, and I don't need the music player or radio or any of the other ones to start up. Other than that, it's been really good. It starts up and goes. Someone else had asked about the NFC sticker. I didn't use that because it's a way to sort of have your phone paired and unpair, like by tapping it. Also, I couldn't find a good place to just put that. Basically, it's a sticker with the ID on it. I don't know how far away from the unit it can be for it to work, aesthetically pleasing looking sticker, so that's kind of why I haven't used that. The last video focused on showing how I was able to get the radio to fit with the stock bezel. That's where I've got the GPS sensor mounted. I am using the stock locations for those, so for the most part this is almost like a OEM install. Again, thanks to everybody who's left feedback and comments on the other video. Please do so on this one as well. If there's something else that I forgot to cover, which I meant to try to cover everything, but I'm sure there's something I forgot. Just be sure to leave a comment or suggestion, or just a message or whatever in the comments below. Appreciate everybody watching. Hopefully this is a benefit to everybody, or at least to some people. That's all I have. Thanks again for watching, and for all your comments, please keep them coming. Thanks.